Picking back up where we left off, guys. The action continues here at Gamers8 Street Fighter 6. Tons of money on the line, incredible players in presence, and of course, flooded with a ton of talent as well. And joining me now, after Ringe and my homie Vicious exited, is Damascus and Jammers. Seeing you for the second time here, guys. How's it going?
Yeah, it's been all good. I've been really enjoying the action, obviously bouncing back and forth between analysis and commentary. And I can't wait to see even more high-level action here because despite how rapid these games have been going, some of them have actually been going in the complete opposite direction of what I expected.
Yes,
so that's what's the beauty about double round robin and allowing these guys to salvage a dangerous situation for themselves. It's really great to see.
Yeah, and Damascus, for you, of course, we've got this next match coming up very quickly. How's the day going before we talk about this?
It's been honestly amazing. I've been watching a bit. Couple surprises, couple less surprises. Valmaster, please make it, bro. Like, it's a bit hard, but I want to see more, always.
Well, we're going to see more. Vega Patch versus MOV.
Yeah.
The first one coming up. Jammers, tell me about this one.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, MOV isn't playing Chun-Li, so we're not really going to be seeing
Which is a surprise, I must say.
Same with Kudo. Same with Kudo. I was very surprised that they're not going with their...
But MOV even more, because MOV has that Chun-Li legacy behind.
And this Chun-Li suits, for me, this Chun-Li suits MOV style, right?
Yeah.
Which is what's crazy about SO6 in general. But I want to know if Vega Patch has done any studying or any replays of MOV at all, because again, sometimes he goes under people's radars, like a lot of the Japanese players do. You just forget about one or two of them, and they show up at an invitational, and they surprise you. But judging by how Vega Patch was playing earlier against KillsU, he's even got a few surprises himself, and he's managed to ingrain that Fang style in Chun-Li. I didn't think that was possible.
He has a very unique style of Chun-Li.
It.
No, you're right. It's a very unique style of Chun-Li. And it's effective. I think he's quite strong in this game already, I must say.
He's already strong, but that's normal because when you've been shackled to Fang for years, like you played SF5.
Great choice of words,
you played SF5 with a huge weight behind a boulder trying to like move forward.
Shackled by volition.
Exactly, and suddenly you play a character who's got absolutely everything. He's got footsies, anti-airs, everything. He removed the weights.
Wow, there are characters that can anti-air last minute? Oh my goodness. Oh. That's not the only one we've got to see, guys. I mean, it's a bit of a mind-boggling situation because if you just told me Vega Patch was playing MOV before Street Fighter 6 came out, you'd have said that Chun-Li was MOV, but it isn't. Next one after this is Knuckle-Doo, who I have to shout out. I watched his game versus Big Bird, and I don't think you can play the Marissa match any better, and he still lost. Like, unbelievable.
I mean, I watched this match. Unfortunately, Knuckle-Doo played an entire round and made one mistake.
Yeah, one mistake.
Simply don't make a mistake, bro.
That's all that matters. But he's up against JarBM, had a very good start against Problem X, but in the end wasn't able to clutch it out. I mean, what does he do now? He plays Problem X, a Red Bull Kumite, an Evo champion. Now he gets Knuckle-Doo, a Capcom Cup champion. What's he got to do here,
Well, this is the thing. Despite Gao being one of the best characters in the game, he has got a decent choice. Chun-Li can actually do all right against Gao, but so can Lily. Lily's a little bit more obstinate with how she can avoid or circumvent Sonic Booms. I think he's got a little bit of a choice. If he's comfortable with the choice he makes, I think he can actually take dogfight to Knuckle-Doo. But again, after losing to Marissa, especially when it wasn't him that made so many mistakes, I think he's going to try and rectify that immediately here and collect the points that he needs to. So, very tricky matchup, but this could be another surprise that we're not going to be expecting, especially when we talk about it on paper.
Definitely a group of death. And then, of course, there's more matches to come in this segment, guys. We're not done yet. Coming up after that is going to be NL taking on Valmaster. NL having a very good start so far. Valmaster, unfortunate to draw his nightmare matchup in Kakarot. Now, by the way, guys, there's some matches that have taken place on Stream B that we might not be aware of yet, so I'm not sure exactly where the standings are. This is the next one coming up. Damascus, talk to me.
This one is the most important for Valmaster. Valmaster has been very vocal about his hatred of JP for weeks. Now, he came back from EVO, he lost to JP in winners, JP in losers. He's coming here, he got 2 JPs. This is the only non-JP in your group, so you better win this, because like, you're not going to have another match without your most hated character.
I've got good news for you, Damascus.
Yeah.
It's double round robin.
Yes.
So he has to play JP a ton of
4 JPs in the same tournament. Might as well shake your hand now, but that's the thing, like, that's the only time he's going to be able to play a character that he doesn't like despise. And believe me, like, I know Valmaster, I love Valmaster. Valmaster is very strongly opinionated on characters and stuff.
Yes.
And that's the person he is.
And honestly, he's a very intelligent, very logical guy. JP's a scumbag. I'm with you. Next match coming up, guys. The last one, I believe, for the segment as well will be Vega Patch again. And finally, alhamdulillah, we get the EVO champion on stream. I mean, good lord, this guy's been on stream B all day.
Yeah.
Just fresh from winning EVO, representing the Middle East, representing Jordan and the UAE. And here he is going up against an awkward opponent, a talented opponent in Vega Patch. Jammers, take it away.
I think the $1 million question is for me here is, can Vega Patch, with his elusive playstyle, avoid Angry Bird's aggression? He had that in SF5 and he nailed it to a T, and somehow he's made a seemingly transition to Street Fighter 6. Now, we saw the way he dominated in EVO, and this could be just another victim on the card. That's it. And it's not going to be easy. And Vega Patch, you know, kind of a nonchalant like body language. He's like, well, okay, it's Angry Bird. I might not take it. But hey, listen, make it as difficult as you can be, because a lot of people are saying Angry Bird just might walk all over him. I don't think so. We could see another 2-1, but it definitely has to go down to the wire. So I can't wait to see this one at the end of the night.
Say it with me, guys. We got 4, 3, 2,
1.
For the matches. Let's go.
Let's
Yalla
go.
Habibi!
Yes, sir. At this point, we have seen so many phenomenal matches, and we are far from done. We are right here in Saudi Arabia, and we are at Gamers8. These matches have been insane, and we haven't even seen the Evo Champ on stream yet. We haven't even seen Big Bird on stream yet, Knuckle Dude, and countless other amazing players. But don't worry, I know y'all ready, but we do have some of that coming up. Right now, I feel like it's leaving up to the hype.
Yeah, it's 32 players now. Like, literally, we didn't see all of them here. لكن باقي أعزائنا المشاهدين، باقي مبارياتنا مستمرة، باقي رحلتنا الجاية. برضه في نفس الوقت عندنا مبارياتنا الجاية، باقينا 8 مباريات مستمرة الحين راح تكون معنا لما نختم فيها اليوم الأول. رحلتنا ما زالت ممتعة، وراح نستمتع في آخر 8 مباريات اللي راح تكون معنا اليوم.
And we do still have 8 matches left at this point. 8 more matches for day 1. Of course, this is a 4-day event. We are just getting started right here in Saudi Arabia. But we need to start it off with this next match. Our first player is ready. Let's take a look and see who it is. MOV, an absolute beast from Japan. We have seen this guy put in work for countless years in Street Fighter at the highest level. That name MOV is with good reason, because this ain't that LimeWire or nothing like that. This is the real deal cinema when you see his gameplay. The highest level. This Chun-Li has put in work in so many different games, and in this game, in Street Fighter 6, there is no difference. This is not an exception. My man's MOV is definitely a threat to take home this tournament.
Oh, he's a legend. 18 years of experience. That's a lot. لكن برضو أعزائي المشاهدين، بعد ما شفنا فيها المرحلة الحالية اللاعب MOV معنا جاءنا من اليابان بخبرة عريقة في المنافسات وفي لعبة ستريت فايتر. لكن برضو خصمه قدر يفوز في مبارياته، قدر يفوز في المجموعة، أبهرنا بالأداء اللي قدمه. فخلونا نتعرف عليه ونرحب فيه على المسرح. أعطونا تحية لفيجا باتش. اللاعب هذا غير متوقع من جد، شفنا منه منافسة وأسلوب اللعب غير متوقع، أسلوبه وتحركاته، يروح يمين ويسار. المرة الأولى طلع معنا على اليسار، المرة الثانية يطلع معنا على اليمين، وبنفس الوقت هذا اللي ورينا إياه بالأصح برضه في المباراة، وخلاه يفوز في مباراته الماضية ضد كيلز يو. الحين هذه باقي مباراته الثانية، هل بيقدر يتفوق فيها؟ اللي راح نعرفها بعد شوي.
Vega Patch. Notice he has on the Chun-Li shirt. This is a Chun-Li mirror match. It's brave of him to have that shirt on going up against MOV, and he's showing me the sneakers too. He's showing me he got the Chun-Li kicks on at the same time, but he has that going up against a legendary long-time Chun player. The players are taking their seats, and we are about to see something special, something phenomenal. I'm gonna put you on the spot, Atik. Who do you have, Vega Patch, or do you have MOV?
Well, do you want to ask the audience maybe?
Okay, if you guys have MOV, make some noise. Okay, and now let me hear it if you have Vega Patch. Oh, they like MOV. Vega Patch, they trying to disrespect you, my boy. Now he might have to pop off. You know he is the king of pop-offs when it comes to Street Fighter 6 up to this point. Ladies and gentlemen, MOV versus Vega Patch, Chun-Li Mirror. Let's head over to the casters and get into it.
And we forgot about the audience who are watching online. They're tapping also on the chat. We didn't hear their voice, but we can see it. لكن الحين أعزائي المشاهدين راح نبدأ مباراتنا الحين. فخلينا نبدأها وننتقل مع المعلقين.
Wow, to put the crowd on the spot like that, to have them, as Ravid said, disrespect Vega Patch, could have made a fan of them. Maybe they'll have a better showing this time. I am Brad back on the mic for this block. We've swapped out Jammers, as you saw on the analyst desk, but I got Tyrant sitting with me. How are you doing today, sir?
Oh, I'm doing very, very good, my friend. I'm really enjoying the matches so far, and we've got non-stop bangers for the rest of the day. We are over halfway through our matches for today. We got a great one on the way here with MOV versus Vega Patch.
I mean, while we're loading in, because we have a moment here while they do this, you're talking about the great matches we've seen today. Is there a standout for you so far?
Oh, man. There's been a bunch. Do you know what? Even on the B stream, there's been some absolute bangers as well. But, man, I've got to say that Cyan versus Mr. Crimson set definitely delivered for me. That was an amazing set.
Oh no, that was a fantastic one, and it's funny, right? I know we were talking in advance, all of us, about that one. We went into that with high expectations, and it really delivered. It's always amazing when something like that happens, and I'm going to be curious to see what comes out of this one. Sean is a character that you don't see as often as some of the other ones. I think earlier on was a little bit slept on, and the evaluation of this character is changing a little bit as people get more comfortable with the nuance of the character. Now, finding her in a mirror match, that's probably even rarer.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. You know, like you say, not a lot of Chun-Li players, surprisingly enough, seeing as she is very strong. She's a very complete character in Street Fighter 6. I mean, when is Chun-Li not strong, to be honest? She's usually pretty up there.
Yeah, I feel like, I mean, I don't know her being particularly strong for like the tail end of Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5, I think she had a little bit of a resurgence towards the end. She obviously was super strong in the early season. And hey, MOV off to an early start there with the roundhouse and ready for the instant air legs. We saw Vega Patch pull that out a couple of times in the previous block, but already representing standing roundhouse anti-air there is MOV, rather.
There we go. Vega Patch already with the life deficit and drive gauge deficit as MOV looks pretty dominant in this neutral game. Go. Sling out those buttons. And Chun-Li's fireball is an interesting one. Like, I feel like it's a bit more annoying to deal with than others, you know? Yeah,
that slow travel speed really makes a difference. And I feel like, once again, we're seeing, you know, I had the privilege to be able to watch Vega Patch's previous match, really wants to go in behind that fireball with the DR. It's something we see a lot more with, like, Guile as the stylistic choice. And I feel like has not done a great job of dissuading his opponents from jumping just yet, because he commits to the buttons so quick.
Oh,
ooh, okay.
That did not look like it was going to go on the other side. Yeah, I feel like jump back button, when you see that, is usually the way forward. Like, it's just, rather than trying to block it and just getting smoked, it can be really frustrating.
Yeah, MOV with a slight lead here, and there's no reason for him to do anything short of just walking forward and checking forward movement. Nice pickup off the low forward is going to be enough. Yeah, especially having the drive gauge advantage that they had in that spot as they reset back to neutral. There is no reason against a defensive character to ever overcommit in that spot.
Okay. Already MOV off to a great start. Gets a throw as well. Okay. And a follow-up bar does to keep the corner back. Oh no! Big execution error from MOV. To go.
Oh no, wow. Oh. The down pump, and you even see the player cams are still up there in the upper third there. You saw Vega Patch sort of scoff a little bit at missing that down kick in, but now a slight life deficit, but having MOV in burnout, big deal. But Chun's ground game is so strong, it can be scary to get in, finally now building up some of that chip damage.
Yeah, what a challenge though from MOV, taking his turn back. Vega Patch though on the hunt, and that could be enough to kill. Yes, that's going to do it right there. Lightning legs into the level 3, and we go down to a final round. Did have to spend the 3 bars, so you will go into this final round here with 0 super meter. MOV sitting on 3 bars, so sometimes that can be a real, like, you know, it's an uphill battle going into the 3rd round without that level 3 available.
Yeah, I think personally, if I take the 1st round and I lose the 2nd round to them having to cash out everything, I feel like that's kind of best case scenario, right? Because then I get to come in feeling so much more confident at the end there. But that being said, Vega Patch is off to an early lead here and being so aggressive.
Yeah, here we go, MOV though. And he's going to spend the level 3. Yeah, this is what I mean, like, being able to get it back. But MOV still with a life deficit, even after this level 3, does land. Let's see how Vega Patch does here on the defense.
Oh my god. What a choice. towards Roundhouse, going for the just the check.
Nice. Here we go, and the burnout on the back throw as well. There you go, Vega Patch. He should be able to get enough. No! What happened? He had the kill. He would have got level 2, Brad.
And then no anti-air on that jump there as well,
Okay.
but we are able to close it out. Thankfully, sometimes you get a second opportunity, and Vega Patch was handed one as MOV tried to make his way out of the corner. First game on the board for Vega Patch, and I feel like while that first game MOV seemed really confident, I feel like Vega Patch found an aggression and, you know, a real, I almost want to say stickiness in the way that he just kept pressing forward.
Yes, you're not wrong. He was definitely sticking to him. But as we saw there, bro, that last moment there, leaving it to chance, dropping the combo, but did actually manage to cover it up slightly. You know, just a little blemish at the end, but Vega Patch held it together. And we're going straight back in here, just taking a little breather as we go into the second game of the set.
Yeah, I mean, Capcom decided to give us these fantastic load times. You don't have to use it. Sometimes you can take that extra second and reset your momentum. Love that. That's one of the things that I think over time is going to be even more important for Chun. You get those anti-air roundhouses. You do get a combo off of it. Wow, we are sitting in the stance.
Yeah, look at this. MOV, fantastic round here. That's going to be, yeah, burnout state, back throw, one more touch, chip out even.
That was such
Vega
a brave
Patch.
wake-up button. Are you kidding me?
Ah, the whiff punish there from MOV. There we go. That's a very MOV whiff punish if I ever saw one. Always so solid on the ground.
Vega Patch really loves going from DR low forward back into that stance to get the pickup. And there's that anti-air once again. I think it's an undervalued thing about Chun, where
so
she gets so much damage off of those anti-airs as long as you're able to space them properly.
Yeah, and that's only on a counter hit state, right? Is it?
I think you can. I'm actually not sure.
Yeah, because I know with Blanca, his juggles, they come from the counter hit state. But yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Interesting. Regardless, that's a huge, you know, chunk of damage for Chun-Li.
Yep,
Here we
both
go.
of them now 1 round apiece, both sitting on 3 bars. This could be a really explosive round. Vega Patch at the drive deficit, but it's once again because of the way that they like to use OD, Fireball, and then go in with the DR behind it. Right into the early level 3 cash out here is MOV, maintaining that drive gate advantage, the early life lead as well, and now having Vega Patch locked down in the corner. This is the spot where Vega Patch's defense needs to stand, and it is not going to. The DI commitment, if MOV is able to, goes for the reset so that he can get the burnout. Exactly that, but another drop.
Oh my goodness, no. Here we go, MOV. Oh, could be bad. Don't give Vega Patch a chance.
Yep, fishing with that crouching fierce, that little auto shimmy situation that we've seen a couple of times, not really getting it, wants it again.
Oh,
Come on!
again, another drop. No level 3.
You're killing me here, man.
No level 3.
Pickup, no pickup there because it wasn't on counter hit.
Oh, wow.
I think if Vega Patch gets a hit here into level 3, okay, now certainly a hit into level 3 will kill here for Vega Patch. Please
There
get the
we
pickup,
go.
my son! No, come on! You're killing me!
Are you kidding me, bro?
Has the life lead here, though, but you can't block a single fireball. They're both in burnout. Jumping medium kick is the air-to-air. Oh, my God. Those eggs was scrambled, son. That game killed me.
My heart. The amount of drops. Yeah, it could be those big stage nerves. Like, I don't know. Like, that was crazy right there. Vega Patch. Wow. Crazy one. Okay, we're going to take a look at how we got to this point in just a moment. But Vega Patch is going to take it 2-0 over MOV. Excellent play from both players.
Vega Patch is the embodiment of, for all the non-believers, you thought he could not do it. He said, MOV, you thought that was your character? No, that's my bike, punk. That's pretty much what he told him right there as he finished him 2-0. Of course, MOV is a legendary player, so he is far from done. But Vega Patch is looking extremely strong, and these moments are just not too big for him. We saw the same thing at our last Capcom Cup for Street Fighter V when he beat phenomenal players. I want to say he beat Kawano. He may have even beat Momochi there, and he's continuing his trend, beating MOV right here in Saudi Arabia.
I love seeing the mirror match also with Chun-Li. We saw an amazing gameplay. It shows who's better with that character. And it's and we saw Vega Patch. How did he perform in that match? We can't forget about it. لكن أعزائي المشاهدين بنكمل باقي الرحلة معنا وباقي مبارياتنا مستمرة. خلصنا مباراة واحدة الحين، لكن باقي لنا 7 مباريات باقي اللي معنا الحين، فمتأكد انكم كلكم مستمتعين، وباقي المباراة اللي بعدها اللي راح نتعرف الحين على لاعبينها ونرحب فيهم على المسرح.
And now, we have something very special for you. I know that people have been waiting to see this person, but I'm not even going to say exactly who it is yet. Let's take a look at our first competitor. Knuckle Dude! Yeah. And the crowd goes absolutely berserk with good reason. We've seen this guy since he was a kid pretty much grow up on camera in the world of Street Fighter, eventually becoming a Capcom Cup champion. We see that he was recently signed to Shopify, rocking the jersey right now as he pulls up with that phenomenal guile. Up to this point, we already had him play phenomenal on Stream B, going up against Big Bird, even though he did come up short. Extremely tight set there though. Knuckle Dude, easily one of the favorites to take this tournament, and of course, that is one of your boy's best friends. So Atik, I'm gonna try my best not to be all too biased, but that is a bad man.
Well, like Knuckle Dude, he made a fortune out of playing fighting games, and now this tournament is gonna be different because you know, in the line, it's $1 million.
1 million.
يا لكن احنا اعزائنا المشاهدين زي ما شفنا فيها نكل دو لاعب اسطوره جانا من مكان بعيد جانا من امريكا ينافس في هذه المنافسه لكن حتى برضو المنافس اللي معه اللي راح نرحب برضو فيه على المسرح شفنا المباراه الاولى شلون كانت صعبه وهنا فيها فرصه للكمباك عشان يطلع مره ثانيه في ترتيبه في المجموعات. خلينا نطلع ونتعرف على اللاعب الثاني. رحبوا معنا في جابي ام. لاعب جاينا من جنوب افريقيا يمثل بلده يمثل وطنه لعب في المباراه الاولى اللي كانت صعبه عليه لكن هالمره ما زال متواجد نفسيته عاليه وعنده فرصه انه يعوض ما زال في بدايه الرحله ما زلنا في المجموعات الحين واللي راح نشوف منه مستوى عظيم فعلا راح المستويات اللاعبين كلهم اللي راح نشوفها في ستريت فايتر بشكل عام كل اللاعبين حققوا انجازات عالميه لان ما حد يوصل هنا الا هو لاعب حقيقه برضه يكون معنا اسطوره.
Jobby M represents everything that Street Fighter is about, from South Africa, forging his own path, blazing a way for his entire scene to get spotlight, and thus far, he has been successful. Jobby M, Knuckle Dude Dang, you may take your seats. We are about to see a ridiculous showdown. Knuckle Dude Dang and Jobby M, both of these guys have made something out of nothing. Of course, Jobby coming from South Africa, a scene that didn't have too many lights, too many cameras on it. And then, of course, Knuckle Dude Dang coming from the hood in America, definitely from the struggle, and now made something for himself. This match is going to be something special.
We're going to enjoy it definitely, and it's also I think it's we have 7 more matches after this one I believe. لكن برضو اعزائي المشاهدين هذه المرحله مباراتنا الحاليه جاهزه زي ما شفنا اللاعبين ياخذون مقاعدهم ويستعدون حتى برضو لمباراتهم عشان نبدا فيها ونستمتع على طول.
we are ready to get into the match. Do versus Javi M. Let's send it over to the casters.
خلونا نبدأ المباراة على طول ونروح لكم مع المعلقين.
Matchup on our hands here, Brad. Going to be NuckleDu versus Javi M. Of course, NuckleDu needed no introduction, former Capcom Cup champion, and somebody that has just really broken down Street Fighter to a science over the last number of games. And he's going to be going up against Javi M. Quite, like he's been around the block. He's definitely not a new player, but perhaps made his name off of the back of a lot of the Red Bull events. You know, the Red Bull Kumite, the Red Bull Hit the Streets from South Africa, and actually making top 8 at the last Red Bull Kumite with that historic victory over Tokido, qualifying for that top 8 there. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting matchup of styles here, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm personally was really excited when NuckleDu started competing again. I know he had taken some time away to handle some real life stuff. I believe he's a father now. I don't know that that's like new, but you know, big ups to him. And just happy to see him back in it. Now, the analysts were talking about the Guile matchup for Chun versus Lily to try to figure out what character Javi might play. Now, personally, I feel like Chun can fight Guile decently well. I feel like she does okay against Fireball characters because she has a Fireball herself to elicit you into playing a Fireball game, but then she has good anti-Fireball tools as well. But NuckleDu is not a one-trick pony here. NuckleDu, I have seen him make the switch to Cammy for certain matchups. Chief among them is the mirror matchup, first of all. Now, do I expect him to pick Cammy into a Chun-Li? Perhaps, perhaps not. Maybe he'll be comfortable with the Guile, but there is a little bit of something there to, you know, try to suss out.
Right. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Let's see the character selections. Okay, it's going to be the Guile versus Chun-Li. NuckleDu with that signature character of his, of course. And it's going to be, Javi M rocking that Chun-Li. So yeah, you feel like she can fight Guile pretty good?
I think that she can. I think you lose the Fireball game, but I think your goal in trying to start the Fireball game against Guile is not to win it.
Okay.
It's to get it started so that you can then use it as your way to get in.
Okay, I see.
Or it is one way to do it when you're outside of that range. Because dealing with his buttons can be a little bit difficult. He moves forward on a lot of his stuff, so trying to fight with low forward can be a little bit touchy. There we even saw, I mean, Javi, I imagine maybe he wanted to do a Toward Strong and got the Fireball by mistake. And NuckleDu, what I was going to say, characteristically, is usually a very passive Guile in my experience. A very classic flavor of Guile. Being very much the aggressor this time and has earned themselves a spot in the corner as a result of it. Buzzed out. Yeah,
Javi M getting some great offense. Started off that air throw, as you can see, and now NuckleDu in that burnout state, and now it's looking like a bad situation for NuckleDu down here. Oh, well, anti-air.
Nice. Whoa. The crouching fierce anti-air there as well. I think you could have done more. And that's exactly what I was talking about. Going for that DI there is a big call out, and it's going to cost him. Javi loses out on that first round. I think there was a lot of hunger for the fact that he had that corner position off of the plus frames from the OD Hozanshu.
All right. Go. Yeah, always nice to have an insight from someone that actually plays the characters. Right there, man. So thank you for that. Here we go. Ooh, trade. Ooh, punish counter combo. Yeah, into the Tensho, kicks in the corner right now. Javi M off to another great start, but NuckleDu looking to claw it back, as he did in that first round.
That jump forward jab is interesting there. I wonder what it is. Going for the drive reversal there, and NuckleDu is demonstrating that he's busting out that reversal. He does not want to deal with being on the back foot, especially at the life deficit. And Javi has already tuned into that here in round 2 of game 1. Perfect parry on the bazooka, and he do.
Yeah, wow, what a play from Javi. Overhead lands, full combo. Okay. Oh, what a call out with the Hazanshu. Oh, he's done. That's dead. No, he could have done more damage, no?
He could have, but I think
Is that enough?
It might be actually.
Okay.
Wow.
Guarantee it. I'm just saying, bro, with all those resources, like, you got to splash the cash sometimes to guarantee that win, but bro, like, he had the damage calculation on point, and Javi M is going to take the first win there.
Why do long combo when short combo still kill?
Yeah, looking really, really solid. Okay, NuckleDu. I mean, a lot of us probably expected Du to take that first game there, but damn, Javi M
Well, and like I said, there's another
so good.
anti-fireball tool with stance into MP. That's her crouching medium punch from Street Fighter V. It is gated to the stance in this game, but now having this strong corner control, you only want Guile to play the fireball game so that you can blow him up for it. And I think that is perhaps a weakness of NuckleDu's Guile in this game, is I want for him to be able to be more comfortable as the aggressor, going for the counter DI here to be able to pull this one out, pushing us back to mid-screen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, you know, put doubt on Jabi's name when he was put up against Tokido, but look how that one turned out.
Absolutely, going for the slow boom that time, changing up the fireballs a little
Oh,
bit.
no, what a challenge! That was so good! NuckleDu shut that down in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, standing at a farther out range, recognizing that he needed to be far enough away that Jabi might be overcommitting to a tool that wasn't going to work at the space. Now doing a little bit better, trying to keep to that spot and force Jabi to jump instead.
All right. Okay. Oh, yeah, very nice, very nice. Those cancelable options when you see that DI are always a good shout. Good stuff to NuckleDu there. Really aware. Oh,
you're
not
too far
gonna
away.
catch. No, yeah, that level 2, not too much range on that one, unfortunately for Jabi, as NuckleDu ties it up 1 game apiece, and you can see a smirk on NuckleDu's face as we go into this 3rd and final match.
Yeah, that's such a frustrating spot to be in. You know, sometimes you just want an extra little bit out of that level 2, and you're like, no, but I made the right decision. Oh, it feels so bad. But that speaks to the adjustment that Du made in that game. Throwing fireballs from just a hair farther out and finding the spot where Chun's anti-fireball answers aren't quite as strong. And Jabi is not really going back to a fireball game to try to inch back forward. He's miscalculating the space just a smidge, and Du is doing a great job of exposing that weakness.
All right, here we go. Back into the match here.
I imagine maybe we've gone back to character select.
Oh, yeah, most
Probably
likely.
just for a slowdown, yeah. I was going to say, I wouldn't expect to see a Lily switch because the Chun is doing decently well.
Yeah, the Lily against Guile, like, I know that it's a very polarizing matchup. I've heard some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. It's hard to say for sure, but right here, NuckleDu making short work of the Chun matchup in this round at least. Look at this life lead.
Yeah, this is a strong start. Just doing a great job of starting to open up that game the fireball game, I should say, in a different spot. Bringing out the DI now. Here is Jabi getting the knockdown. Wants the level 1. Okay, wants to try to even up this life a little bit more.
Yeah, against that Kiko show. Oh, wow. Anti-air choice, good stuff. Oh, and again, that air throw was so good. We saw it in the first round, and it's coming back into play here, Brad.
I actually specifically asked him about the air throw. Oh my god, he's still alive. But the Hosanchu, because the Sonic Blade was up, it raised the hitbox just a little bit and smoked him for it on the back end of the Hosanchu.
All right, trade there. Wow, and that's that heavy punch. Chun-Li classic there.
Okay, bringing out stance MP once again.
But look at Jabi's drive gauge, just 10 seconds into the game.
Yeah. And I think that's the problem, is she can fight him well, but I think you need to use drive a lot.
It's expensive.
And it puts you, yeah, it's expensive. That's the short way to put it. 2-sentence rule, Brad. Oh, gets the wall crush.
Okay. There we go. Tenjo kicks, Jabi M. Oh, he went for that throw. NuckleDu said no dice.
Oh no! I think he went for MK, but you could have just DP'd there and gotten the kill. Using your OD to try to move forward, has the level 2. Oh, this is rough. NuckleDu is not going to throw a fireball in a spot where the level 2 is going to be a risk. Once again, no anti-air. That's all it would take right now.
Oh, if it lands. Oh, went for another one. Oh,
The blocks!
He got one more chance, NuckleDu.
Oh! In the air, but he doesn't finish off the target combo because it lands on the second hit. Having the life lead here, if NuckleDu commits too much, having to block that.
Oh, NuckleDu bet the farm on it and it didn't pay off. We're going to a final round.
And with both of them still sitting with full resources here, this is huge. NuckleDu getting this full screen advantage that he so desperately needs. Empty jump means the standing medium kick does not connect as an anti-air, and Jabi earns corner control as a result.
Another throw. NuckleDu has to fight his way out of this corner. Oh, did Jabi M try and check? Oh, you're in the corner now. This is bad.
That's a real shame. Going for the level 1, you're not going to get the level 3 here. I think maybe we just wanted to squeeze on a little bit more damage.
No.
Life lead. There's no way, right?
No,
my man choked.
Oh, wait, do with a drop combo. Oh, don't give him a chance.
Overhead. Asleep at the wheel here is NuckleDu.
Oh, back throw. But Jabi M in that burnout. NuckleDu. Oh, here we go. Sonic Puncher. There you go.
No.
Oh, NuckleDu. shaking his head, realizing that was closer than he wanted it to be.
There were so many layers to what was going on there. Bringing out all the tricks there was Jabi to make that one happen. Even the overhead reset in the middle of it, catching you asleep. That is something you watch some of the high-level Chuns. Even if you're getting hit, once stance happens, your expectation is they're just going to finish the combo. But you always need to be mindful. If you're not in a juggle state, that overhead reset could come out. What a performance. The adaptations from both players, that might be my personal favorite side of the day.
That was a great one. Back and forth action. Can't ask for much more than that. You got the underdog, always easy to root for, but let's look at the highlights.
Knuckle do dang, showing you that no matter how tight the match may be, he is still able to close it out. But Jabi M is looking phenomenal in this tournament up to this point. This event, I feel like calling it a tournament is kind of underselling it to some degree. It's so much bigger. And of course, the prize pool, remember, ladies and gentlemen, $1 million on the line. Someone, actually, I would argue more than one person's life will be changed in this tournament. So every game you're seeing means so much to the world of Street Fighter and to these individuals. NuckleDu barely takes it up against Jabi M.
Well, true, it's not only a tournament, it is a big event. It's Gamers8. We're having here $1 million, like what you have mentioned, on the line for this tournament only, like we have other prize pool for other tournaments as well. أعزائنا المشاهدين، بعد ما شفنا مباراتنا الأولى NuckleDu قدر يتفوق فيها وحقق انتصار ساحق، رغم أن فعلا جابي ام قدر ينافس منافسة جدا شرسة، ما انهزم بشكل سهل وحاول يقاوم لآخر لحظة، لكن ما زال موجود معنا في المنافسة، ما زال موجود في المجموعات. لكن منافسينا الثانيين برضو موجودين في مجموعة أخرى، مجموعة ثانية، مجموعة حوسة تماما، لسه ما تحددت حتى برضو من اللي بيكمل معنا الرحلة ومن اللي راح يودع فيها، خصوصا أن واحد فيهم أول مباراة له راح تكون معنا على المسرح.
That match was so good that I feel like we need to get straight into another one. Our next competitor is absolutely ferocious. Let's take a look at exactly who it is. The crowd is extremely hyped to see NL finally take the main stage at Gamers8. NL's style, I always looked at him as the Terminator. Ever since the Intel World Open back in Poland, where this guy just walked down the best players in the world with those Cammy low forward confirms, with those phenomenal anti-airs, just taking advantage of every hit. We seen this guy back when he was on his previous sponsor, winning Street Fighter League, taking that team from the depths all the way to the promised land. So we've seen him in so many formats perform at the highest level, and I am sure he hopes to do the exact same thing here. My man's NL.
Well, this guy, NL, he had a lot of experience, and we're going to see an amazing performance from him. Like we always see in every tournament, he never let us down. Whoever supports this guy, they're lucky. They're going to see an amazing performance every single tournament he participated in. لكن برضو أعزائنا المشاهدين بعد ما شفنا اللاعب الأول NL اللي جانا من كوريا، وهو اللاعب الوحيد اللي يمثل المنتخبات، أو بالأصح يمثل اللاعبين الكوريين معنا. ففعلا اللاعب جاينا بشكل قوي ويبغى يحقق ألقاب أكثر، وهو برضو من أكثر اللاعبين خبرة في لعبة ستريت فايتر. لكن خصمه شفناه قبل على المسرح، شفناه قد إيش كان مرعب، وخلونا نتعرف عليه ونرحب فيه على المسرح. أعطونا تحية لفال ماستر. اللاعب هذا حضوره دائم قوي، اللاعب يوري قد ايش جديته، تقدر تشوفه حتى برضو من وجهه انه ما يبغى ياخذ اي خصم باي شكل من الاشكال بسهوله، يبغى يفوز في كل انتصاراته وما يرحم خصومه. فعلا اللي نشوفه منه مستويات عظيمه، ومباراه هذه راح تكون تاريخيه. اللاعبين امتعونا في المراحل الماضيه، ولكن نشوف الحين مباراه تاريخيه.
Valmaster always looks like he just has a master plan. And when you are a Chun-Li player, when you are, I would consider Valmaster an OG up to this point. You consider he's been around since the Street Fighter 4 days cooking up. You do know that he has something on the way for NL right now. But is it enough? We're about to find out. NL, Valmaster, please take your seats. We are about to see a matchup of straight nooch. Both of these guys have some of the best footsies in the Street Fighter community. And of course, that neutral game is the foundation of Street Fighter. Straight fundamentals and some drive rush and drive impact on the side as well.
And I think we should ask the audience, who do they think is gonna win?
Okay, let's find out. First off, make some noise if you have NL. Okay. The Saudi FGC, y'all hyping here. I like that. Okay, and now, make some noise if you have Valmaster. Wow. Okay, so we don't keep it a buck, because I feel like they wowed out when NL came out as soon as they saw his face. But as far as who they think is going to win, it looks like Valmaster is the favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to find out. There is no speculation needed. Let's send it over to our casters to get into the action.
والحين أعزائنا المشاهدين شفنا توقعاتكم، وأنا متأكد كلكم متحمسين لنتيجة هذه المباراة، فما نطول عليكم أكثر، خلونا نبداها ونروح على طول مع المعلقين.
If I didn't know better, I would think production knew that I was a Chun-Li player and gave me a gift in this block, because we're getting to see so much of it. It is making me so happy to get to see this character represented at the highest level, and I'm so happy to see this upcoming match. How do you think that we're gonna see this one play out?
Well, you talk about Chun-Li players, and let me tell you, there's not many much better than Valmaster. Been around the block, of course, taking that character since the SF4 days to Capcom Cup. And then, you know, it took some time out from Street Fighter for a couple of years with SF5. You know, it wasn't really feeling the game in the first few years. Came back towards the end of SF5, you know, remained focused and qualified for Capcom Cup, the final Capcom Cup there, of course, on Street Fighter 5. And yes, one of the greatest Chun-Lis. And going up against him will be NL. So this is going to be an interesting one, because these, like NL, like he perhaps doesn't have as much of a background in Street Fighter as Valmaster, but boy, he is incredibly good at the game. Like he's proficient, obviously, with that King of Fighters background, moving over to Street Fighter 5 and broke that game down to a science. And look at the results that he got him. Like he is just
so phenomenal at this game. Really does understand what you need to do to succeed here in Street Fighter, as does Valmaster. So this is going to be a battle of the minds. And it's going to be a really interesting one because both these guys, big brain plays all day.
Well, I think right now, if it's a battle of the minds, it's a little unfortunate. Valmaster is coming into this a little mind-effed, if you will, as the analysts already called out, having the 2 JPs in this block for him, definitely tilting him a little bit. We saw one of those matchups in the previous block, but now, as Damascus had said, this is your one non-JP in your block. If you're going to show out at all, it needs to be here.
Let's check it out, of course. Right, NL gets the throw, spines a buster. Okay. Nice fireball game here from NL. Really does back off to a perfectly good space. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So while I said earlier that Chun can do a decent job fighting against fireball characters, I feel like Luke is maybe an outlier in that respect, just because the travel distance of Sand Blaster is so fast. It's a little bit harder to react with those anti-fireball tools, and that's part of why I believe you're seeing Valmaster commit to Hosanshu in the way that he is. NL now having this lockdown in the corner. Are we bringing out the level 2? No, just the level 1. That's all we need to close out the first round.
Yeah, Luke's supers are so versatile, man. That's another reason why this character is just seen as such a strong threat in Street Fighter 6. The character just has all the tools you need to succeed in so many different situations. Easy confirms, big damage, good zoning, good pressure, great buttons. Like, he's got it all.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But Valmaster showing the strength of Chun-Li's crouching medium kick. Such a great low forward. The bust out from NL wants to go back into this range. I think just outside of crouching medium kick is kind of where NL wants to be. You either want to be just outside of it to try to play with the fireball game. Problem is, Valmaster's already fishing with those Hosanshus. Finds that hit now and slowly inching them back. Back throw from NL to steal the corner, though.
Yeah, went for another Hosanshu there. Maybe it's a throw bait, but no dice. NL, yep, Luke's level 1. This is another reason why he's perhaps one of the strongest supers in the game. Wow, look at that. He puts himself into that burnout state. Okay, not enough there for level 2.
Yeah, I mean, the level 2 would have killed, but I think that spot is still a strong spot to be in once you have that knockdown. We've seen through the course of the day how strong the DI threat is in the corner, especially once you're burned out. You can never really be asleep at the wheel defensively in the corner. So that's a mix-up situation you're more than happy to take. NL now off to an early lead in this one as well. A slight drop confirmed from Valmaster, and no anti-air on the jump-in as well.
Okay. NL right now, definitely looking confident in his play. Oh, gets a stray hit into a drive rush confirm. This is the perfect timing, but still, what a situation for NL to be in here, Brad.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Getting away with a naked dash there, unchecked as well.
Okay.
Ooh, the answer from Valmaster. How far are we going to press this? Oh, just right into level 1 because we want the burnout. Love that choice.
Yeah, that was so smart. Don't want to go for a long combo where they start building it back and then you don't get the burnout state. That could be Valmaster's one saving grace here in this round.
Yeah, you're totally on board with using Hosanshu a little bit more liberally here now that they're in burnout, because you know that you just want to get those extra plus frames, but not keeping in mind the threat of the level 1 to beat the fireball options. That's now the second time Valmaster has lost out on a round as a result of that.
Yeah, you really got to be careful. And then Chun-Li's fireball a bit easier to scope out than others because, she needs that charge for it, so you can kind of have an idea of when she's going to throw it. So NL, buffering and then letting it rip. Nice confirm.
Oh, we're squeezing out a little bit of extra damage here. I don't know necessarily that the amount of damage you got for that was worth it, just for the knockdown situation you could have had otherwise, but no! Unfortunately, accidentally goes underneath. That would have been the kill.
Oh my goodness, not let...
Whoa!
Nice. Sometimes when everything else, is looking terrible, you're in burnout, you see that DI might be coming, that throw is what you want to do.
Can we call that the Mena back throw?
It's definitely saved him a few times as well.
Well, the 10-9 in the TNS reversal suite, Evo.
Big birds. Got. Anyone can get it. No!
Overhead.
Nice. Okay, there we go. Level 3 here. Valmaster getting some of that drive gauge back. Don't know if he's going to take the advantage, but it's still in a good position.
Having this corner knockdown is huge. Please, for the love of God, no, don't back up. Don't throw a fireball. I want you to see them to press the issue. There's so much meter here for NL. Every fireball, you risk eating a level 1 and chipping away at your lead. Now you've surrendered more than half of the screen in real estate here. This is a real problem.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
That's too late, though.
Too late. Yeah. I like Valmaster not really being deterred by that. Sometimes, if they do show you a solution to something a couple of times, it can also be a situation of unfortunate timing. But Valmaster there with that EX fireball closing out. Oh, wow. Here we go. Valmaster may be back in the game here. And sometimes you need like a sick reaction DI like we saw to get your head back in the game.
No, you're absolutely right. It can definitely happen. Finding the throw now here is NL going for the back throw off of that DR situation. Oh, what a jab check.
Nice, magic parry there. Goes for a throw, but NL with a tech.
Valmaster seeming so comfortable. It seems to have gotten a real read on where to try to make this happen for those levels. Even a trade there, wow. Interesting, gutsy choice. When we cash out the level 1, it's just barely not gonna be enough. Being in burnout actually makes this a little scary.
He jumped. Oh, no, there was no back throw that time. Couldn't get out of there. And that's gonna be enough. Level 2 coming. Yeah, beast mode, baby. And there we go. That's going to be that.
Exactly enough resources from NL in order to make that one happen. A hair less life, doesn't have the chance to play out the rest of the round anyway. A hair less bar, doesn't get to the level 2.
Yeah, that's unfortunate loss there for Valmaster because, you know, he's an emotional player as well. So, like, you know, when a loss like that, you know, a comeback like that happens to him, he might play a little worse. Okay, here we go.
The standing roundhouse and from Chun, so good. Now we get another big punish counter start here.
Oh yeah.
This one I agree with. You don't get as much damage, but the extra screen position is huge. Great tech. You know that was going to be a back throw.
And letting them DPs fly. He's been doing that for years. Okay.
Wants to move in behind the fireball and press the issue. But I love that Valmaster is really varying up the fireball timing, walking back to a space where you expect to do it, and then just waiting out for the premeditated jump.
Yeah, backing off here.
Oh! But a drop!
Oh no, that's terrible for Valmaster.
Nice throw tech, still has the life lead. You can still make this happen. Jab checks, no DR after.
Okay. Five out there.
Yeah, play this slow. Nice.
Oh, it is. On the dot. Beautiful damage there. Damage calculation for Valmaster. Gets that throw to kill.
All right, last game, last round. We are being blessed with some fantastic matches in this block. This one does not disappoint.
Here we go. 1-1, final round here. NL versus Valmaster. What a set. Oh,
so ready.
Oh, man, that was so good. That's years and years of Chun mastery right there.
And you're absolutely right. And now also having a little bit of a resource advantage by way of the meter there.
Nice.
On the back foot, counter hit starter.
Okay, Valmaster right now. You know he's got to be buffering that level 2.
No, absolutely. And I love the way that Valmaster's playing this, letting it be slow, slowly getting that drive gauge back, inviting NL to walk forward. That's what gave him that low forward connection to be able to cash all this out. In fact, the amount of passivity that Valmaster had as they broke that neutral down was what earned him enough drive to be able to make that combo happen.
Yeah, wake up DI from NL with the big call out. Didn't pay off though.
Oh, what a whip punish!
Valmaster with a perfect in the final round. What a set from him, man. That was an incredible performance from the French player. Man. Wow, you see the fundamentals? Bro, Chun-Li, man, I'll tell you what, like when you play a character for that long, you just feel it. You know, you just know what to do at the right time. And Valmaster absolutely taking advantage of those long range limbs there with the whiff punish and takes it over NL.
Yeah, and it's interesting, right? I feel like that character, I undervalued her a little bit at launch because she and Honda, the only characters without a throw loop. And Valmaster, I feel like, was not interested in playing the corner game at all, which we might see in these highlights.
Oh, no, get ready.
That match was absolutely insane. Valmaster showing exactly why he has been phenomenal now for 3 straight iterations of Street Fighter, fighting out of France, one of the strongest fighting game communities in the world today. My man's Chun-Li is looking phenomenal. And then to end it with the whiff punish, that's straight nuke, straight footsies as advertised. Amazing work by Valmaster.
Like that match was an amazing literally Valmaster, he dominated in that match. NL he still have another chance to come back. أعزائي المشاهدين شفنا المباراة الأولى شلون كانت، شفنا فيها تفوق فيها فالماستر، قدر ينتصر فيها رغم قرب النتيجة، إلا أنها كانت جدا صعبة. NL ما زال مستمر معنا، عنده الفرصة انه يرجع يعوض، وأنا متأكد أنكم كلكم تستنون معنا المباراة اللي بعدها، هي المباراة الحاسمة.
This next match is a special one. It has a lot of implications, and it has a player that I know everyone has been waiting to see. The records of these players so far is both 2-0. Neither of them have taken a loss. Let's take a look at player number 1. Vega Patch! I want to tell you about something known as self-belief. That is what Vega Patch is all about. This guy's confidence is through the roof. I would say 10 out of 10, but that is not enough. I promise you, no matter who he goes up against, he is 100% confident that he is going to take it, and we have seen him do that, so his confidence is with good reason. Vega Patch, always ready for the moment, and I'll tell you what, he's gonna need all of that skill and all of that confidence right now because he is going up against someone ridiculous.
Exactly, like he's performing so well so far, but this time it's going to be different. This time it's going to be more difficult. أعزائنا المشاهدين، بعد ما رحبنا في فيجا باتش هنا معنا على المسرح، شفنا مستواه الأسطوري، ما انهزم أي مباراة، فاز في 2 بدون أي هزيمة. خصمه برضه بنفس السيناريو، خصمه برضه محقق انتصارات بنفس المجموعة. الفايز بينهم راح يتصدر في المجموعة. خلونا نتعرف على اللاعب الثاني. أعطونا تحية لأسطورتنا Angry Bird. Angry Bird بطل إيفو الأسبوع الماضي أبدع، حقق الانتصار في أكبر بطولات العالم، جاي هنا برضه في بطولة ضخمة يبغى يحقق انتصار وانتصار، جائزة ورا جائزة. اللاعب ما يعوق شيء، شايفين حماس الجمهور معنا. اللاعب من جد على الانتصار اللي حققه كسب حب الجميع، كسب حتى حب أعدائه، ما خلى شيء لأحد.
The champ is here in Saudi Arabia, and the crowd is absolutely excited about it. They didn't even say Angry Bird. They said Omja, Omja. Maximum respect put on his name, and deservedly so. We just saw him go through 7,000 competitors in the biggest, the hardest Street Fighter competition of all time, and now he is right here in Saudi Arabia. Can he get it done against Vega Patch? We are about to find out. Vega Patch, champ, you guys can have your seats. Ladies and gentlemen, we are finally about to see Vega Patch versus Angry Bird. The champ is here on the main stage. Let's get right into the action and send it over to our casters.
Wow, this game is going to be insane. I cannot wait to see it. أعزائي المشاهدين، أنا متأكد حتى أنتم ما عندكم الصبر تبغون تشوفون المباراة على طول، فما نطول عليكم أكثر. خلونا نروح مع المعلقين ونبدأ مباراتنا على طول.
All right, here we go. It is time to finally witness the Evo Champ in action after that insane marathon of a tournament just a few days ago, Brad.
Are you really not going to address how we could hear the crowd popping
That
off for
was
Angry Bird.
crazy.
That was a stronger reaction than anybody has had. It's like they know they've been waiting for it. Here's your main character. We get it. We know we had to let you cook for a little bit. Goku doesn't get to show up at the start of it.
You are not wrong. Of course, here he is, the protagonist himself. It's going to be Angry Bird. This guy, we got to see such a dominant performance, but we didn't even talk about Vega Patch. Like, we saw some great performance from him.
Absolutely.
Earlier on today. We haven't even seen Angry Bird play on stream just yet, but Vega Patch we have indeed. And wow, he was putting on a show. Real solid stuff so far.
Yeah, definitely. I just wonder, you know, the first thing that everyone says about Angry Bird when you talk to them about Angry Bird is they talk about the level of aggression that he brings out with his Ken.
Yeah.
And I wonder, how is Vega Patch going to meet that? We've kept talking about the, maybe the word is unorthodox approach to Chun, this like very defensive style that he can sort of have. And I just wonder how that's going to pair up against the relentless force that is Angry Bird.
Yeah, the amount of options that he has at his disposal. Like, we know Ken is a strong character, but Angry Bird just makes the character look even that more busted. The way that he utilizes all kinds of from that, it's like Ringe mentioned earlier, bro. Like, standing from that like Dragon Lash range, he's got drive rush jab, he's got low forward, he can jump. And you notice about Angry Bird, he never uses that drive impact. Like, I think I saw the statistics. I don't think in the grand final set he used drive impact one time. I don't think he did. I might be wrong there, chat, but my man was just so solid.
Yeah, I think you're talking about that thread that someone did where they went down and broke down his performance through. But yeah, that was a fantastic read. We see actually Vega Patch off to an early lead here. Anti-air trade will still take that for the corner position, but Angry Bird finds that low forward connect and the side switch off the Dragon Lash.
Yeah, realizing it was perhaps better to go for a safe jumps there. He gets the throw in the corner right now, and this is where Ken can be so devastating. Goes for the shimmy, but no dice. Vega Patch, oh, the wall splat. There you go. Yeah, using the DI early this time, wall splat.
Yeah, that was a really nice counter poke out of Vega Patch, but it just doesn't work out. And the bust out with the OD up kicks is not going to work. Angry Bird draws first blood.
Absolutely. There we go. Solid stuff. Vega Patch is going to have an uphill battle here for sure on his hands against Angry Bird.
Yeah, I feel like Vega Patch is going to the stance, and you know, maybe the hope is to invite Angry Bird into a Fireball game. He's finally met it, but there's not really anything going on here. And just like that, with spending a little bit of bar, Angry Bird is in, but doesn't want to overstay his welcome. That low forward check there is actually kind of huge, though.
Yeah, and you can see Angry Bird holding the parry there. Doesn't want to be left on those recovery frames. Okay. Oh, let's go. Might be, perhaps might have gone for level 3 there. Wow, bro.
Yeah, it's so hard to get out of the corner against, one, a player who's patient with their anti-airs, and two, a player who has a character with good anti-airs. Oh my god, it's a full combo. Thankfully, the OD up kicks this time works out for Vega Patch. However, he has now put himself in burnout. Angry Bird more than happy to move back here, not even worried about a sweep on block.
Yeah, I mean, in that burnout, you know, Ken's sweep coming a bit safer. Thrown it out there. Okay.
This is a one-button fighter. Nice confirm there to close that one out. The first game goes to Angry Bird.
Yeah, that sweep from Ken only becomes -6 when they're in burnout, so that's a difficult to punish button, and it's got such good range.
Yeah, and he was only swinging right at the very, very end of it. You saw that after it connected that second time, it was almost like you conditioned him with doing it twice the first time, and then the standing fierce the second time. Oof. I was about to say another similar start here for Vega Patch, getting that early corner position and life lead, but also like the last game, Angry Bird managing to make their way out and steal this corner control shortly afterwards.
Oh, there's the challenge. Oh, you can't get away with that against Angry Bird. The Evo champ is so ready with that cross-cut Dragon Punch. And this is where, oh my goodness, you better count your lucky stars if you get out of this one, Vega Patch.
Oh, he recovered in time. That's going to be a punish. Is Angry Bird going to choose to... Oh, you don't even need to spend a bar. You didn't have to do anything going into what might be the final round here, sitting at 2 1/4, 2 1/3.
Okay. All right, back throw here from Ken. Real solid one. Such good corner carry on that. Ken's, you know, that's a legacy thing right there.
Content to play this a little bit slower once again as Angry Bird. Wow, what a check!
Did he really just do that? Just so nonchalant, you know?
It was. It wasn't even. It was a punctuation mark, but it was still just a period. It could have been an exclamation point. Burning out with this level 3 now, and that will be the set. Clean and concise. Your Evo champion for a reason, closing it out with a perfect over Vega Patch 2-0.
There you go, guys. Blink and you'll miss it. An Angry Bird set right there. 2-0 win for him. And the Evo champ is looking solid. And you can hear the crowd in the Gamers8 arena going crazy for the Evo champion there. Yeah. Angry Birds showing some love right back.
Yeah, you can see that he feels the love of the crowd there, even sitting there for a moment to take it in. I mean, take it, right? You get to, you know, this is your region, right? And they're obviously here to support you. Take that energy, let it power you up, let it propel you forward, especially now you have that on top of coming into this, off of the momentum of an Evo victory. I do not know how you cut down a player like that. Let's check out these highlights.
Yeah, let's take a look, guys.
Man, you talk about people who, look at that sweeps, but look at this guy. If you understand Street Fighter 6, you understand why he's doing that, don't you? I mean, it was just an absolute masterclass of Ken play, and of course of abusing your opponent's weaknesses. Vega Patch has looked incredible all throughout this tournament. Even when he's lost games, he still looks great. Something about Angry Bird and Big Bird, the level they're playing at in this game right now, the level of advancement and matchup and situational specific. I mean, look at that Hasanshu check. Just on point on every level, man. Super impressive. I'm back. It's F Word. We're here at the STC Roundup segment of the show. Shout out STC, amazing company, and all the guys here sponsoring this incredible event. Joined again by Damascus and Jammers. We just saw the Evo champion. Feels weird saying that, but feels good, brother. Feels good. The Evo champion finally on Stream A. He's been running a mock of his opponents in Stream B, but we finally get to see him live in the flesh here, guys.
Did you see him? Like, I don't know, I tuned in and the match was finished.
It wasn't that bad. Hey, very fantastic moment.
I tried to see him, bro. He had already left.
See some Arab,
what do I do now?
Arab bias right now. Come on. Vega Patch did a little say. Come on. No, but that was impressive. Jammers, we were speaking about it just now. I mean, what about that performance? Actually, good point, actually. We shouldn't go into that yet because we're going to go into that match. There's been a ton of matches in this segment that we haven't talked about yet. Starting with the first one, going all the way through to here. How have you guys been finding it?
You know what? I found it very surprising that MOV actually picked Chun-Li and went with the Chun-Li mirror. This was actually a very heart-pumping, blood-pumping match because these two were actually having a couple of drops that scared all of us in the back because they were crucial combos, and dropping Chun-Li's combos, especially with the Serenity stance, is absolutely vital for the opponent to try and capitalize on that as well. But I like the back and forth between these guys because it shows you the level of Chun-Li and the perception from Japan as opposed to Spain, more specifically Europe, because Vega Patch is one of the few Chun-Li players we have in Europe at the moment. But yeah, I really like the back and forth between these guys.
Yeah,
and
Vega Patch has
bar
been
this
pushing
one
more.
match, Vega Patch, bar the match we just saw, Vega Patch has been pretty formidable, hasn't he, Damascus?
He's had a great day so far, man. Representing the Madrid FGC tag, obviously. I'm sure the Spanish viewers at home must be really happy about this. And yeah, he's had a very interesting beginning, right? Because he was really under the radar, didn't really enter tournaments aside from like local Spanish tournaments for a while. And then first tournament in Europe, US, gets like seconds. I'm like, damn, like this guy is actually for real. You know, joins a lot of tournament, does well, and you can see him today. Like he's been playing ridiculous. I keep my theory, right? After having been playing Fang for so long, now that you have a character who has actual strength and does not force you to be ridiculous, you just have fun.
Shackles have been removed. You see Angry Bird sitting pretty free and out at the top. Vega Patch, the surprise package. Not surprising for those who've watched him play Street Fighter 6, sitting in second place. Kills you. Probably a bit surprising there. We thought he'd be the threat to that first place against Angry Bird. And then, of course, MOV 0-3. On to the next group, the group of death and the segment of matches here. It was Jarby M versus NuckleDu to start here on Stream A. And it was a very impressive adjustment from NuckleDu.
Yeah, there was huge like signs of life and good adaptation and strategy from Jarby because NuckleDu tested the waters with the X flash kick, and then Jarby was ready to punish them, but he just didn't get quite the combos he needed. And I think near the end of the set, he was getting a bit too predictable, trying to anticipate and circumvent sonic booms. And then at one point, I think he snuffed out the crouching meaty punch answer that goes under the sonic booms there, NuckleDu, and really put the work there. But there was a couple of times that I think the guys in the back spotted as well. When Jarby wanted to do a drive impact, we just saw NuckleDu to just identify and jump in some way, shape, or form and convert into Sonic Hurricane. Lovely
Love
reset
that reset.
there.
Yeah, big drop from NuckleDu just before that as well that cost him. But we've seen NuckleDu in the matches so far, even when he's lost, look incredibly strong. Damascus, he's able to pull through this one. Talk to me about this kid.
Yeah, you can see the clutch, man. I mean, NuckleDu, you don't have to introduce his experience, right? I'm more like happy for Jabi because Jabi obviously beat Tokido at Rabu Kumite, and now he's trying to be there to cement his legacy, right? And just showing how close he makes it against the greatest just shows that he's one of the threats out there. He's one of the players to look out for. Not the greatest start, obviously, with 0-2, but remember, right? Everyone plays twice, so that's
still
a
has
couple
4
games.
matches, I think, left.
Yeah,
Still has a lot. He's not even
so
halfway through his matches yet, so anything can happen.
absolutely.
Big Bird.
Nothing to say about Big Bird, bro. Like, he's 2 matches, 10 seconds long. GG's. Thank you.
Exactly.
Next player.
On to the next group here in the STC highlights, Damascus, and it's NL, who was just looking impenetrable at times in his matches, catching out those reactions, and he's up against Valmaster in this set. And for a long time, Jammers, it looked like NL was going to run away with this.
Master's been cutting it close today. Obviously not on his own volition. You know, I don't know what the psychological state of him right now, but this was like, as Damascus said at the start of the hour, this was the do or die game for him. This was the pivotal moment to switch his entire situation around. You know, went down to fundamentals, tried to be less risky, and it did work out. He played the long game. And obviously it didn't look good, because sometimes when you play the long game, it doesn't look good at your drive gauge. But somehow, in some way, and a lovely whiff punish there, because let's not forget, Luke has a lot of forward advancing normals. Crouch medium kick didn't do that in SF5, it now does in SF6. So I give full commendment to people that can whiff punish crouch medium kick.
You look at this beautiful group.
Oh wow, I didn't see that.
Perfectly balanced.
Kakarot
like
lost to who? He lost the mirror match.
VX.
He lost the mirror match. Yeah.
Damn.
Wow, so that group is absolutely wide open. Everyone 1-on-1, guys.
We might need that one fact check. I think it was VX Bar. I don't know if it was the mirror match though. I don't know if
maybe
it was
he
the
didn't
match.
go with JP. Okay, good point.
Okay.
Because VX Bar traditionally
If we
typically
can
plays
get that,
multiple characters.
Yeah, if we can get that fact check that real quick, that'd be great. But I know it was VX Bao, but I don't know if it was JP Mirror.
Well, we
That's
already
I
know
can't
what the most interesting group of this segment of the show is. That's a fascinating one. We can see the scorelines there. Amazing matches so far in this block, and more to come. Unfortunately, I'm going to be saying goodbye to these amazing individuals here and having a couple others. Thank you so much. Any final thoughts before we move on, guys?
My final thought is I'm doing the next block, so you'll see me in 5 minutes.
Oh, geez, come on. Come on.
What's up, Jammer?
This
Nah,
guy's everywhere.
well, I'm done for the day, so I get to enjoy the GGs in the back. And you know what? I've actually been taking a bunch of notes from the guys playing, and I can do some lab work and then come back day 2, refresh, and say, hey, this is what we saw yesterday. Here's what to keep an eye out for today, and then really home in on the specifics that these guys are doing, because they're giving me a lot of work to do as someone who likes to sit in.
You love it. You love it, really. It's not work for you, Jammers. It's not work. It's just another day. And he loves to talk, guys. So this is Jammers in his element. And I must say, Jammers, again, looking extremely slick. Before we move on, I have to give a massive shout out to Valmaster. He isn't a scrub. He's actually really good at this game when he's not playing against JP. Didn't he look like a different player against
This guy
NL?
has been having jabs
He looked like a different player against
I like, oh yeah, this is the Street Fighter I like.
I love
like,
Valmaster, but
yeah.
come on. It was like Rock Lee with the shackles released again. He's really good when he's not playing against JP, isn't he?
Yeah.
But guys, enough about Valmaster. We have the one and only Big Bird, Big Badua, over to talk to Mike Ross. Let's hear from the Middle Eastern representative, our second favorite, arguably, in the region, with Mike Ross. Take it over, guys.